Hey, what is going on, guys? Danny here. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you've all been doing well. Today is October 29th, 2020. The day the RTX 3070 is supposed to hit store shelves, so any PC gamer looking to upgrade or buy this new fantastic GPU can do so. Except, I should say the very little amount of RTX 3070s that have hit store shelves. It looks like Nvidia is still having supply issues with these graphics cards, despite pushing the release date back by a couple weeks. The RTX 3070 was originally supposed to launch on the 15th of October, but after seeing the horrendous launch of both the RTX 3080 and 3090, it only seemed appropriate for Nvidia to push the release back and hopefully have a stronger inventory of cards. They even stopped selling the Founders Edition models on their own website, simply because they admitted that their website store wasn't up to the standards of meeting this kind of demand, and the proper safeguards against bots and scalpers wasn't there either. Which to me in 2020 just doesn't make sense, because how can a billion-dollar corporation such as Nvidia have these servers which seem like they're powered by hamsters and websites which are running on dial-up internet? So Founders Edition cards weren't available anymore on their website, and only certain retail partners such as Best Buy US carried them, which actually screwed us Canadians because our Best Buy doesn't even carry the FE model at all. Though pushing the release back so they could get all the mitigations in place and hopefully have more supply seemed like the right thing to do, and I was glad to at least see they were acknowledging it. The review embargo for the RTX 3070 lifted on the 27th, and overall it was received fairly well by the tech press and PC hardware community, delivering RTX 2080 Ti-like performance for less than half the cost. This was basically a repeat of what the GTX 1070 did when it launched and matched the 980 Ti, except the prices weren't as high, but you guys get the point. With that in mind, it only seemed natural that the demand for the RTX 3070 would be even higher than the demand we saw for the 3080 and 3090. Generally, cheaper GPUs also sell a lot more, as they tend to offer better value when compared to the more expensive GPUs in the same series, usually. So ensuring that there would be enough supply to go around was crucial for Nvidia. Well, this morning, you guys know what ended up happening? Websites were crashing, people being unable to add cards to their carts, being unable to check out successfully, people lining up at retailers, only to be told that to all the 50 or 100 people that lined up, yeah, we only have about 5 cards, so the rest of you guys can go back on home. It was another crap show. It wasn't as terrible as the RTX 3080 release or the 3090 release was, from what I had heard, as there were a lot more people relatively who had been able to purchase RTX 3070s from various stores around the world. From what I saw though, that only appeared to be the case mostly in US. And for Canada, well, the situation wasn't really any better than the situation was for the RTX 3080 and 3090. Canada Computers, who are our largest brick and mortar retailer when it comes to computer parts, again only got a handful of cards at each various location, which really sucks when you have so many people lining up for them. Other smaller stores like Memory Express got even less than them, and Mike's Computer Shop don't even have an ETA for when they'll be getting RTX 3070s. As for Best Buy and Newegg, I did see more people have a bit more success with them, and likely so since these two are the biggest retailers when it comes to consumer electronics. Although our Best Buy really isn't all that great for computer components, as they don't carry all that much. Still, I did see people reporting they were able to get through, but the amount of people that did say that compared to how many were actually interested in buying one was so minuscule, along with the fact that people were being met with error messages and websites were crashing was just appalling, considering we just went through this with the RTX 3080, 3090, and even the next-gen consoles. Like, I thought by now these retailers would have gotten their act together and been able to sort out these issues so as to prevent another disaster, but I guess not. Oh, and of course, you have your usual scalpers on places like eBay and other public marketplaces, scalping these cards for several hundred more or even a few $1,000s more, which please don't buy from these guys. So when Nvidia said they were going to push back the release of the RTX 3070 to ensure they had more supply, they weren't lying, but it only helped to a very small certain extent, and I'd still say these GPUs are extremely scarce. Now, what makes the whole situation even worse is the fact that supply for the RTX 3080 and 3090 still hasn't been replenished, if at all. I mean, if you go and take a look at your retailer of choice, I'll bet that they still have a lot of variants still listed out of stock. So even after a month and a half or so later, we're still seeing supply issues. So back when Jensen said that this was a demand issue, yeah, that was total bullshit. Nvidia was clearly constrained somewhere to the point where they just aren't able to produce enough of these graphics cards for the amount of consumers who want to actually buy them on the market, which really sucks for them because I know loads of people who want to give them their several hundreds of dollars, but they can't. One thing is for certain though, it's clear Nvidia rushed the launch of the RTX 30 series because they were afraid. They had probably gotten wind of what AMD was going to bring to the market better than anyone else was in the industry. I mean, with how inbred the semiconductor industry is, I wouldn't doubt that Nvidia knew long before anyone else did that the 6900 XT and 6800 XT would give their top SKUs a good run for their money, which is why they said, you know what? September 1st, we'll do our big reveal and spread out the release in the following weeks, promising people that, stock will get better eventually, even though there aren't really any signs that show that. Nvidia better hopefully sort out their supply issues soon, because next month and in December, AMD's RX 6000 graphics cards are going to hit store shelves. And from what we've been hearing, it looks like they'll actually have a proper supply of graphics cards to kick off the launch, which if that's the case, then Nvidia, you're going to be losing a lot of sales, just when you thought it really couldn't get any worse for them. I hope you guys found this video to be informative and helpful. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out the video description on ways to support the channel and for my other videos. If you guys are interested in more content like this, then make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.